You finally sit down. You put your phone away. The room is quiet. And for some reason, your heart starts racing, like you've forgotten something important. Not something you actually forgot, something your mind is trying to remember on your behalf. And in moments like this, the problem isn't what's happening in your life. It's what happens inside you when nothing is happening at all. Your mind starts scanning, not for danger outside, but for something inside. A mistake you missed, a conversation you should have handled differently, a decision that might come back later. And if it finds nothing, it doesn't relax. It just keeps searching. Over time, this becomes a pattern. Not loud, not obvious, just constant mental movement. You might call it overthinking, but it's more automatic than that. It doesn't feel like a choice. It feels like a low hum behind everything. Like a refrigerator you stopped hearing until someone points it out, and then you can't unhear it. You're stuck in a loop. You want peace, but when you get it, you don't trust it. You want rest, but when things slow down, your mind speeds up. So you stay in motion, not always physically, but mentally. Even when nothing is required from you, your thoughts keep creating something that feels required. And over time, you start confusing tension with awareness. If your mind is quiet, something feels off, as if silence itself is suspicious. And here's the uncomfortable truth. That pattern has a deeper layer underneath it. Not exactly fear of failure, but something quieter. A fear that if you fully relax, something will catch up to you. Something you've been outrunning without even realizing it. So your mind keeps you slightly occupied at all times. Not because it's useful, but because stillness feels more dangerous than noise. The reason this stays hidden is because you function through it. You get things done. You respond to messages. You hold conversations. You laugh when it's expected. But inside, there's a gap between what people see and what you carry. Not a dramatic gap, not a breakdown, just a thin, constant pressure, like a door held shut against a wind you can't see. At some point, you stopped experiencing calm as neutral. You started experiencing it as a gap that needs to be filled. And once that happens, even peace begins to feel like uncertainty. There's no dramatic moment where this begins. It builds quietly, through repetition, through being on for too long, through never fully switching off, even when nothing is required. But this shift isn't permanent, even if it feels that way. It just becomes familiar enough that you forget it was ever different. The goal isn't to fix the noise in your mind. It's to realize the silence was never the problem. Because for some people, peace doesn't feel like relief at first. It feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar things often feel unsafe. But that doesn't mean they are. And that difference is the distance between a mind that rests and a mind that never learned how to.